Okay, we've finished the content aspect of today, and we're now looking at your inquiry report assignment. So IA2. Now, this involves you researching a current legal issue, and you need to collect, analyze, and synthesize primary and secondary information, data, and sources. So the issue must be an area of law that requires reform. So it's a current issue that requires law reform, change, or a new legislative instrument, and it must refer to the Australian or Queensland jurisdiction. It can't be something entirely unrelated to Australia. So an inquiry report uses research to assess a range of cognitions in a particular context. So you've got to be able to locate and use information beyond your own knowledge and beyond the information you have been given. This idea of inquiry, we've looked at all of these different types of inquiries today, and we've spoken about how they have lots of submissions, they have lots of evidence gathering processes. So this is where you need to be doing that yourself in order to find information to include in your report. Now, there is a bunch of terminology that will be used in your criteria and your task sheet for this assignment. So we're going to go through a few of these things to clarify anything you may not already know. Now, something that always comes up in legal studies is this idea of nature and scope. So nature is the essence and elements of the legal issue being considered, and the scope is the extent of the components of the legal issue. So how wide it is. So we'll have a look soon at what you can be including in each aspect of your report, and nature and scope is one of those aspects you'll need to cover. A stakeholder, so a person, a group, or an organization that is affected by, can affect, or is concerned with an issue. Stakeholder perspectives are, of course, the beliefs and opinions of those people in regards to that particular situation. You need to decide, so you need to reach a resolution as a result of your research and your analysis. So you'll be presenting some alternatives in this assignment, and you need to make a decision about which one is best. Recommendations, so courses of action that you think are most suitable for the situation. Implications, so what are the effects, results, or consequences that might happen in future? So this is an implied thing. So think of implications, it sounds like implied. So this is you analyzing and evaluating and think what could be the results or the consequences. It's not necessarily definitive, it's not definitely going to happen. And a few more. So a concept is just a legal idea. Principles. So in legal studies, these are guiding intentions that underline the legal system. So this is something that you may not really understand, but you'll be thinking about things like the rule of law, equity and fairness, the presumption of innocence, the right to access the law and have legal representation, the right to a fair trial, all of those things that underpin this idea of what constitutes a good legal system. Process is a system for conducting activities. Now, primary and secondary sources. It's important that you have both in this assignment. Now, secondary sources are always easier to get because it's data not generated or directly created by the author of a source. So you can be looking at case law, legal databases, legislation, different websites and media and expert commentaries. Whereas primary, on the other hand, is information directly by a student. So doing a survey or getting information directly from a source in some way.